give us the top 5 needs for Seattle heading into the offseason. So let's start 5 through 1. First of all, starting with the 5th need for Seattle this offseason.
The 5th need, I would actually, this has changed in the last 24 hours with the way that things have transpired in Seattle, but I would actually put center as number 5. And Olu Oluwatimi is going to be returning, 5th-round pick from Michigan last year. My understanding is the Seahawks are confident in his ability to be able to be a full-time starter. Evan Brown's a free agent. I don't think he'll be expensive to re-sign if they want to bring him back. He's also started some games at guard, but that is a position that I could see the Seahawks potentially, if the right player is available in the first round. There's some really good centers in this draft class. I could see the Seahawks potentially looking at somebody like a Jackson Powers Johnson from Oregon that they can have as a plug-and-play starter there. So they've got some fluidity at that position.
Offseason need number 4.
I'm going to stay in the trenches, defensive tackle, and this one can be addressed very quickly if Leonard Williams is re-signed, but that is a big if because he is going to be an expensive player to bring back on a multi-year deal. If he somehow ends up somewhere else, Jaron Reed had a resurgent season last season, but he's going to be 32 going into the last year of his contract. They don't have any other established players that are true interior defensive tackles. Draymond Jones played at his best last year off the edge. He can play inside, obviously, but that is still an area where they need to add some beef, especially if Leonard Williams is not retained. Then that might jump up this list to number 2 or even number 1. But there is a strong probability that they're going to try to get this done with Leonard Williams.
Okay, let's take a look at offseason number 3 for the Seattle Seahawks.
I'm staying on the offensive line. Let's go to the guard positions. Damien Lewis, the 4-year starter for the Seahawks at left guard. There is a chance he's going to be back, but this is not a free agent class that has a lot of guards that are young like he is, that have started a lot of games. So I could see another team or two throwing more money at him than the Seahawks are willing or able to pay to re-sign him. And then on the other side, Phil Haynes was banged up most of last year. I'll be surprised if they re-sign him. Anthony Bradford, another rookie from last year's class, he might be the starter for the foreseeable future there, but that is still a position where there are a lot of question marks, especially if they're not able to bring back Damien Lewis. So again, this is a really good offensive line class. That could be a position we could see him attack early in this upcoming draft.
Off-season need number 2 for Seattle.
This would not have been on the top 5 before yesterday, but it is going to jump up to number 2 right now, and that is safety. Quandre Diggs and Jamal Adams are now free agents, and I think the reason the Seahawks moved on from both of these players, Jamal Adams, this seemed inevitable with the injuries. Unfortunately, that sapped him of a lot of his talent, but Quandre Diggs also hitting the market because this is a free agent crop of safeties that is deeper than the Mariana Trench. And so they have got a lot of players out there they can look at, including Geno Stone, who starred for Mike McDonald's defense in Baltimore last year. So there's a lot of options out there. But right now, away from Julian Love, they have 29 combined regular season snaps at safety on their roster. So this is clearly a big area of need now, moving on from 2 former Pro Bowlers.
All right, the big one. Off-season need number 1 for the Seattle Seahawks.
Linebacker. Right now, at least safety, you've got Julian Love. You have a Pro Bowler that played a lot of snaps last year. At linebacker, Bobby Wagner, Jordyn Brooks, and Devin Bush are all free agents on March 13th. Varying degrees of interest in bringing those players back. I think Jordyn Brooks is clearly the one that they want to bring back. Bobby Wagner at this stage of his career, who knows where that is going. But right now, they've got John Radigan and Patrick O'Connell as their 2 main linebackers in the middle, and neither one of them have played very many snaps at all in the NFL aside from special teams. So this is a barren wasteland at a position that was really important in Mike McDonald's defense in Baltimore. His linebackers starred there. So to me, this is clearly the biggest hole that they need to fill on their roster right now.